Before this video starts, I would just like to say we are now on Roblox. So if you feel like dropping 10 Robux on a white t-shirt with my logo on it, please go and do so. This is a great substitute until I can actually make my own proper merch that people can wear. Also, here's some other stuff too. I didn't like how the mask looked, okay? I just didn't. So I ended up just, buying a pattern off the internet, and I did actually fuck it up the first time. I used the same mask fabric as I did for the last mask. You'll see in a minute how I messed it up. I made it too small and I cut it. It's just, I'm just an idiot, okay? Like, as you can see on the mannequin, there was some space, like, on the sides is coming out because I didn't put it on well, and, it was just goofy. Here's how you make the eyes, and I actually made a cut in the middle. I was just supposed to cut it a little bit. I didn't use any glue to make the eyes as I didn't have any glue, so I painted them black and then realized I should probably cover them in black fabric because I couldn't do it like that. I stayed up so late, my eyes were literally turning red. And as you can see, the mask is way too tight on my face and the eyes are too small. I also used the PC fan mesh from last time. So I did it again, but you see the white gaps between the paper? I kept those in, taped it together, and I did fill it in with some pen from where the white gaps were. Didn't line up in some places, but it's fine. I bought even more red fabric, and now I just have loads of it lying in the corner of my room. And I just laid down the pattern, taped it down, drew it out, left some space for the sewing, you know the deal. At this point, I could already tell that it looked better. I took my time a lot more. And, there weren't any actual, really bad baggy spaces on the sides. I also bought a red zipper, so I wouldn't have to use Velcro. I cut out some small eyes that were on the pattern, but they didn't work. So I cut out the other eyes from the other mask and ripped off the fabric, put it back on, and put it on the new mask. I pinned it down while I was gluing it too. However, the eyes were way too small, so I drew a line around them, and I cut it a bit bigger. Then I traced out the hole and put it on the PC fan mesh. With the eyes glued on, the zipper didn't work, and I was trying to rip it off, and I ripped up the fabric, and there was glue all over the zipper, so I don't really think I can use it again, and I had to sew the hole shut on the fabric. So in the end, I just got another piece of fabric and I put Velcro on it so it would close shut. It looks a little bit goofy, but I don't think it matters that much. Next up, I'm going to tell you how to make the swords. It's basically just cut out 4 massive rectangles and then making some small rectangles between them, and then crossing them over and making the part in the middle that connects both of them. I didn't make actual swords that can slot in, so this is the shape I made for the handle, and this is basically how I made the thing that connects them in the middle. I made half, traced it over, so it was even. And I bought this black strap off of Amazon. It looked a bit stupid when I put it on, so afterwards I did readjust the straps and make them a bit shorter. I didn't really record anything for the handles, but I basically just used the same rectangles and I made them, I rounded them out a bit. And I cut out 50 diamonds and coloured them all gold. I redid the shoulder pads too. They're basically just the last ones, but they're not cut in half. They're all one piece. So I just pinned them down and glued them straight to the jacket. And I did buy some craft foam, like I said I would in the last video. I ripped off the cardboard ones and I painted them gold with this garage, what the fuck am I talking about? I painted it gold, the same paint you used to paint metal fences, metal gates, but I reused it with, I put a pen over it because I didn't like how it looked. I actually felt like I was going backwards at one point, and that's because I ripped off the gold and I ripped off the shoulder pads, so I don't know, it just made me think I was never going to get it done. Next up, I made the little shoulder thing that goes on the strap. I think I'm going to have just enough left to do the strap that goes around the shirt and connects to the back of that. And then I ended up ripping the cardboard gold off the gloves too and redoing that in craft foam, and I made these little things to go on the, what are they called, the little wristbands. See, now it's not going to crease because it's craft foam. I had just enough black fabric left to do the little things on the trousers and to do the the thing that wraps around his waist underneath his belt. I got them from a charity shop for £5.50 I think, and the jacket was £3. I forgot to say that in the other video. I just put one of the black things on this side in the wrong space, and I don't know how, but I've managed to rip it off without this showing on the fabric, except for here, and this is where it's gonna be anyway. Actually, it's not. There's just gonna be this tiny little thing here. I managed to save it. I glued it down by here instead of up here. I nearly really fucked that up then. After that, I cut out 3 straps to wrap around the legs of the trousers that I ended up gluing on afterwards because they kept on falling off. And then I made 3 of these little brown things. Well, I made them out of cardboard, but afterwards I covered them in brown tape because I couldn't find any brown paint. And these are glued to like 2 of the straps on the legs. Actually, just 1 leg. So for like the leg armor, I just made a craft foam thing that wrapped around my leg. And then what did I do? I just cut it and I drew on it till I got the shape right. And I used some red acrylic paint and a sponge brush to get it on there. And I used a black Posca marker for the details that go on it. For the belt buckle, I made it out of craft foam and then I attached it onto the belt with a bit of Velcro. And this is the black thing that goes under the belt I was talking about earlier. And here's how the Velcro goes on. And I'm going to be honest with all of you, I gave up. It was taking up too much of my time and I just didn't want to do it anymore. And also, look at the shirt and the trousers. They were just too baggy and they didn't fit me. If I ever want to finish it, I can because it's really not that far away from being done. But I hope this 2-part tutorial was helpful because even though I didn't really finish it, I basically did. I made I did the main part. Anyways, thanks for watching and happy birthday, Ryan Reynolds.